get the game underway, defending the goal away to our left-hand side. They're in the dark blue shirts, Liverpool in their famous all-red. They are a side with 4 victories in 7 games since the turn of the year. And Beate Olsen quickly on the move, but it's cleared away by Bellamou up towards the halfway line. Asai tries to win it back. And Liverpool playing with so much confidence at the moment, and epitomising that is Kerry Holland, and she comes forward now and delivers the early ball into the penalty area, looking for the run of Olsen, but the deflection of Cascarino takes it behind for a corner.
I mean, that's the power that Kerry Holland has. As soon as she gets that ball, she looks up, she drives. You can see her trying to pick out that pass there. It's a little bit unfortunate, but the ball there was absolutely, just shows their intent really in starting this half incredibly strong.
And Kerry Holland will deliver this. 3 goals in 3 games in the Women's Super League after 2 goals in her previous 57 appearances. And they have been very timely for Liverpool in the relegation battle, as the corner is cleared away. Sai with the second touch. Now it's wide towards Holland again. Banabe. And the Ghana. Japanese internationals who won the Asian Cup on both sides here today. Helped on by Clark, looking for Olsen, but it spins all the way through to Samick.
Really good intent here from Liverpool in these opening minutes. I mean, you know, they're quite happy and quite content to pass the ball around, to kind of create that movement and to start taking the game to West Ham. And, you know, we saw the same thing with the game against Everton, where they started off so strong in that first half, and it looks like they're looking to do the same thing again.
Ueki winning the header, and now Asai can make the break into the area. Martinez is square, but she goes alone, and in the end it's into the arms of Folk, and that was not the best option seemingly.
Definitely not. I mean, Asai is one of those players that you'd put your house on her creating that opportunity and playing the right ball. And I think she's looked up there just to her right-hand side. She's seen Martinez there. I think it feels like a bit of a shame that she didn't just have that pass to Martinez. I think it was a pretty much open goal, but good intent from Asai. I love the directness.
Jennifer Folk with a simple save. She has come into this side on loan from Harken since the January transfer window. 4 clean sheets in 8 games. And Liverpool, a side who picked up only 4 points in their opening 12 games. But it's 4 wins, 1 draw and 2 defeats since. Only the Manchester clubs and Arsenal have picked up more points during that run. And of course they got revenge against Everton for that defeat here in the Merseyside derby with a 3-2 victory at Goodison Park, and followed that up with a 1-0 win, hard-earned at Charlton in the Women's FA Cup quarter-finals. Martinez now. Purpose from her. Ghana with the challenge, but no free kick given. And in the end, it's hammered to safety, but already a very open field to this game as Olsen gives it to Asai. Let's have Zellum in support. Katie Zellum, the WSL winner with Liverpool right at the start of her career back in 2014. Now an opportunity for Tanebu to try and deliver it low towards Ueki. She was trying to set that up for the support behind her, but it was Fisk who manages to clear the ball away.
Unfortunate there for Ueki. I thought she was going to maybe catch the defender on the turn and try and score herself. But I think that's the passion that I'm seeing from West Ham at the moment, is that there's 3-4 of them getting into the box, anticipating those balls in. I feel like it's just a matter of time really for them at the moment.
Now Ueki breaking through the lines once again. Liverpool's high line could be exposed here. Martinez waits at the far post. It's pulled back to Asai, and it takes a deflection. And it's over the top, but another good opportunity for Vivian Asai in West Ham.
That left-hand side is proving very fruitful. That cut back to Asai, I thought she was going to strike that maybe first time, but it just had enough of a delay there to the Liverpool defenders to get back and try and block that shot. But again, Asai is absolutely gunning for that first opening goal.
Rita Garino, we saw there, the coach who replaced Rhian Skinner in December. a real legend in Italian football, leading Juventus to 4 Serie A titles. But it's all about survival for West Ham this season. In the corner, into that near post, flicked on by Martinez, and it creeps in. And West Ham do have the opening goal, and that has been coming. Shakira Martinez will claim it, despite the deflection. And Liverpool, on a day when they could seal survival, are a goal down at home.
It just felt like a matter of time before that goal was gonna come for West Ham. I mean, they've already had 3 or 4 entries into the box in the last 3 or 4 minutes, and Shakira Martinez then, that leap at the front post, she knows exactly where to get it, just on that back post. The skim of her head, it just takes it past Falk, but it's absolutely brilliant. The ball's so crowded, and whilst he took that deflection, I think Martinez can absolutely claim that one. That was brilliant.
Well, it may go down as a Cornelia Capoc's own goal in the end. I'll have to check that and see if the header from Martinez was goal-bound. But it was a clever set-piece. Capox has been credited with the own goal. But what a start for West Ham, a team who have scored so few goals away from home this season. They failed to score in 6 of their last 9 games on the road in the Women's Super League. But Cornelia Capox has scored for them there.
That was an absolutely brilliant goal. I think, you know, Martinez, she knew exactly where the ball was coming. She skimmed that off the top of her head, and for it to go in that far post was absolutely brilliant. It just kind of shows the intent that West Ham have got to try and save themselves this season. So it's, yeah, and they're not slowing down either. You can see how high they're pressing Liverpool to try and get that second goal and maybe set a bit of calmness amongst the squad.
Bernabé, it was Holland who was quickly closed down. I don't really think she wanted the ball there. West Ham are swarming all over Liverpool at the moment. Tenabu will try and chase, but it's gone behind for a goal kick. And West Ham with such a poor record against Liverpool recently. Only 1 win in 11 meetings in the Women's Super League. And it's 7 without a win since they beat them in February of 2020, when Martha Thomas, who is of course now here at Liverpool on loan from Tottenham, scored twice for West Ham. Elsewhere, Chelsea have beaten Everton 4-1. London City Lionesses beating Leicester 5-1. And no goals at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium between Spurs and Manchester United. But already an early goal here for West Ham. Fisk. Now Clark. And towards McLean, but at the moment Liverpool are finding it very, very difficult to cross the halfway line, and that's credit to the Hammers.
You're seeing what Liverpool are trying to do. I think they can sense, obviously, there's a massive pressure from West Ham to try and get that second goal, but I think they're quite content just to slow the game down, just to get some composure back into things, then just to find their moments. But West Ham are really compressing in that midfield area to make it tougher for Liverpool to find that space.
Holland with the long diagonal seeking the run of Bergstrom, but it's overhit and behind for a goal kick. Rita Garino here will be keen for her team to build on this early lead. So far, 2 wins, 2 draws and 4 defeats since her arrival. A couple of big defeats as well against both Chelsea and Arsenal, but maybe they've won the games they've had to win against Leicester, and of course a dramatic comeback against Brighton, coming from 2-0 down to win 3-2. If they could pick up a victory here today, well, it would be certainly very bad news for Leicester, because after their loss today, they could be relegated on Wednesday when they play Arsenal. They'll certainly end up in the relegation playoff place.
I think that's the safety net, I suppose, that the Leicester do have, is that, you know, they've always really struggled to get out of that relegation zone for a fair few seasons now. But I think, I mean, I'd put them against any one of those WSL 2 sides that look like they could finish in that 3rd space, and I think it will be a very tough battle. That is not one that I could call.
Well, at the moment, Birmingham City and Charlton are level on points at the top of WSL 2, and Crystal Palace 3 points behind them. It looks to be one of those three who will end up in the playoff places. Newcastle may just have slightly too much to do, so we'll have to wait and see what happens in Women's Super League 2. But the relegation playoff will be played on the WSL 2 ground, so whether it's Leicester, West Ham or Liverpool, it would be played away from home for them, so that's tough.
I think it's really nice, actually. I think it's a nice touch that the WSL 2 sides that will be involved in that relegation playoff do have the home advantage. I think, you know, you think about how much it does for the fans and for that experience of how much it means to, you know, see possibly your team get into the WSL, maybe making history for the first time. And I think, you know, that's absolutely huge, and I think it's the right thing to do, personally. I can't wait for that game. I think it's going to be such a showcase.
McLean. Now Bergstrom. Bellamy will show her the inside, and then the shot. A sharp effort from Olsen, but it's gathered at the near post by Semic.
Really, really good effort here. Absolutely love the foresight to kind of see where she was going to be at this point. But Olsen again trying for that cheeky flick, and I think it was just very lucky the goalkeeper was in the right place at the right time.
And it's a sign of Liverpool's depth that Beata Olsen has not been a regular starter in recent weeks. They've been able to chop and change, but here is Ueki. Oh, she takes that down well, and it was a good finish, but the flag was up.
Really, really unfortunate there. You can see what Ueki was trying to do, and she's no stranger to, you know, to getting those lobs and finding those spaces in between. So, yeah, a little bit gutted, but you can see the frustration on her face. I'm sure she'll be involved in a similar chance in a few moments.
She has a very good goal-scoring record against Liverpool, 4 in total in the Women's Super League. And she was also on the score sheet when these two sides drew 2-2 in East London in December. West Ham led twice in that game, and they lead here again today. Bernabe, Holland, in towards Olsen, but beyond her, but at the far post, Bergstrom was arriving, and Bellamy not taking any chances to concede the corner.
Really, really good from Holland then again, and I think that's what she can do. She can whip those balls in. Maybe she's gone a little bit too early there. You know, the strikers haven't had time to get into position. You can see they're about a foot, two feet out. But I mean, this is the scariness about Holland. She has that in her lock all day.
Well, West Ham already having a debrief in the technical area as they look to defend this corner. Kerry Holland will take it. Liverpool in the unaccustomed position recently of having to come from a goal down, and the header is palmed away. It was Jenna Clark, and it seemed to loop towards goal in slow motion, but Semic was able to deal with it.
Absolutely amazing reaction there. It looked like it was just about to creep into that near post, but I think that's such a good header. Look at the leap that she has here to try and get that in, but I think it shows the athleticism that Semic has in saving the day. It's such good reactions here.
He'd been off the back of Clark in the end, but it was still goal bound. Bernabe will take the throw in for Liverpool. Holland. Now Shimazu, Bergstrom, and it's another deflection of Bellamy, and it's another corner here for Liverpool.
You can see Liverpool starting to slowly creep back into the game. They had such a good opening couple of minutes. They allowed West Ham to creep in and get the opener, but now it feels like Liverpool are definitely putting West Ham back under pressure. I mean, that's 2 set pieces now in the space of a couple of minutes, and West Ham need to weather this storm.
And Liverpool have not won in the Women's Super League this season after they've conceded the opening goal, 2 draws and 10 defeats. Holland now delivers a deeper corner towards Clark again, but it was Ueki who rose ahead of her to clear. Brought clear by Martinez, but West Ham have the throw-in. And the benefit of that early goal
I think moments like that sometimes just prove to you how much the work rate is for the strikers in the West Ham side. I mean, you've got Uweka and you've got Martinez dropping back there to support defensively, and you know we've just seen them moments ago up in Liverpool's half. So the work rate is definitely there from everyone. They know how much this game means to them.
Belamu. Tanabu was looking to fasten onto that, but it was cut out by Shimazu. But Bergstrom unable to keep it in play. And that win at Leicester, West Ham's only points in their last 10 away games in the Women's Super League. But they're ahead here. And these Liverpool fans who may have been planning for the upcoming semi-final against Brighton and a fairly relaxed end to the season, they still have a healthy buffer above Leicester, but from the point of view of momentum, they won't want to lose any points before they play that semi-final.
Yeah, I think it's such a great chance for them to actually make it to Wembley, and I think it's such an amazing chance also to see their fans, you know, be a part of that experience too. So I think whilst the league isn't entirely wrapped up, they're obviously in a bit of a safer squad, and I think they will be thinking about that FA Cup game 100%. It's such a big moment for the team.
Fisk. Now Jenna Clark. Scored her first league goal of the season a few moments ago. Siren, who scored the goal of the month for March against London City Lionesses in the previous game. There's been a big break for West Ham. That game was the third weekend in March, and of course they've had the international breaks in between and a couple of other free weeks. And we heard Rita Garino saying before this game that she's had so few players to work with on the training ground, it's been tricky.
Yeah, I think she mentioned somewhere in the region of about 7 players that she was able to really work with over this window, and I think it has been a long window. It's been roughly about three or so weeks since the squad have been together, and that never makes it difficult, especially at this part of the season when you need that team cohesion. But that's what she said. You know, it's a big part of the job. It's part of the sort of mentality these players need to have to get themselves back into, you know, league mentality super quickly after these breaks, and you can see actually that it hasn't been to their detriment so far.
West Ham do have one of the leakiest defences in the Women's Super League. They've conceded 41 so far, which is level with Aston Villa and now Leicester after their 5-1 loss early today. But Gareth Taylor will not be happy with what he's seen so far. No coach likes to concede from a set piece, and you may believe that although it was a good header from Martinez, she was allowed to win it too easily as Asai goes down there with no free kick given, and Liverpool counter-attack with Bergstrom. Olsen was waiting on the edge of the area, infield towards Holland, but then Siren overruns it, and here is Holland again. She's looking for the width, but Olsen made the move too soon, coming back from an offside position.
Really tight there on that offside, and you can see what Kerry Holland is trying to do. She's looked up, she's seen Olsen in that position, but she's just gone slightly too quickly, but she was in so much space on that left-hand side. I think that's a bit of a warning sign for West Ham. Caught a little bit ball watching there. I think they were fortunate on that one.
Kinga Simic, the Polish international, will take the free kick. She was involved in 2 defeats against the Republic of Ireland during the recent World Cup qualifiers. Nystrom. Liverpool with nearly 2/3 of the possession so far, but West Ham with the better opportunities. Fisk winning the ball well in the air. Guided back by Nagano. Banabe. Fisk. Holland again looking to make that run, but it was quickly cut out by Hansen. But it's a throw-in for Liverpool. In the unaccustomed position recently of having to chase this game at home. has got Holland as an option. That's the player she looks to. It's all the way back to Jana Clark. Shimazu. Bergstrom. Now Capox. Away from Bellamu. Nagano. He's asking too much of Shimazu. And again, it's good defending from West Ham, and it's Asai coming all the way back.
It's brilliant defending from West Ham. I think, you know, they're basically hunting the ball down in packs. You can see the strikers, as I mentioned before, with Martinez and Ueki in the last set piece. You know, you've got Asai then tracking back and making sure the ball runs out, and then she's getting back up into positions to try and start the counter-attack. So, yeah, really super impressive. It feels like a really consolidated team effort to make sure they limit Liverpool's chances, and so far it's working.
West Ham still have games against Aston Villa and Manchester City at home on the final day, and there could be a lot riding on that game if Arsenal can close down that lead at the top of the table. McLean pirouettes and looks for support. Fisk. Now Clark. Fisk. Bernabe. West Ham very deep here, but they've been given time to rediscover their defensive shape. Holland setting Liverpool the challenge of breaking them down. Shimazu. Capox. She was looking for Bergstrom to make that dart in behind Bellamu, but she stayed where she was.
Well, West Ham are doing super well to make it very congested in the centre of the pitch, and I think Liverpool are struggling to try and find those passes, and it's making them want to look out on the left and the right flanks. But once they're going down that route, then you can see, you know, Asai's tracking back. You've got all of the defenders creating a bit of an overload in the wide areas, which is making it super tough for Liverpool to get those chances in and get those balls whipped in.
Because Liverpool, at their best, really are a counter-attacking side. We saw that in the game against Everton.
Yeah, I think obviously West Ham have done their research. They know how Liverpool like to set up, and they know they're going to pounce on those moments when, you know, teams can be quite vulnerable. But for now, West Ham are playing right into the game plan that, you know, Rita must have set up, and, you know, it's working so far. I'm impressed defensively, given this is a side that hasn't been historically very good this year in the defensive space.
Bergstrom with the cross. Bellamu just did enough there. Bernabe. Well, that's cleverly done, away from Hansen into the near post, and it had to be dealt with and was by Nystrom. But it's another Liverpool corner, their fourth of the game already.
I thought that was going to be commentator's curse there, and I was just about to say how well West Ham were doing defensively. Then we've got a brilliant turn here by Bernabe, and trying to get that ball in just in the near post, but booted away by Nystrom, and I think that's brilliant that she's managed to pick up and read that danger and clear it. But another great Liverpool chance here, another set piece for them.
It will be the in-swinger from Kerry Holland. It's short. Now Holland into the near post, but safe hands from Samick.
You can see what Holland was trying to do there. She can see how condensed it was in the area and how many Liverpool bodies were there. But I think it was just a slightly missed hit, a really easy one for Samick to be able to pick up.
Samick with only one clean sheet in her 17 games so far this season. Asai. It's an interesting ball. Martinez just have made a move too soon, but she's okay now. Looks to find Ueki, but cleared by Jana Clark. Capox, though, unable to gather. Nystrom. Hansen. That's good running from Tenabu. And she's got the free kick, and it will be a yellow card for Bernabe. But again, West Ham's midfield working so hard to create these opportunities.
I feel a little bit sorry there for Tenebe. She just about got the better there of Bernabe, and I think it's a really tough one. I mean, Bernabe's trying her absolute best to try and outrun her, to try and get her body in front of the ball, because she could see how much of a threat that was proving to be. But it is the right decision. That yellow was definitely the right call for that one.
Katie Zellum is over this. West Ham seeking a second set-piece goal. It's low into the near post, and it was Asai who got there first, but guides the shot too high.
If there was anyone that I wanted that ball to fall through, it was definitely Asai, and I think that's a brilliant whipped-in ball there from Katie Zellum. She could see that Asai was just about holding her run. That was 100% a set-piece that they've been working on in training, and I think she just had to get her body just slightly over the ball there, but lofted just over, about a foot over the bar. But you could see she was smiling there. She knew exactly what she should have been doing, but it's just one of those unfortunate things. But again, a really good chance for West Ham.
Clark almost robbed there by Ueki, who's managed to regain possession. Tenebe, but now Benamu. Zellum. Sai is long in behind, looking for Martinez, and Fisk had to make that and did. Holland. And now she looks to use her pace, and she's away from Tuva Hansen. Olsen makes the run into the area, and in the end, Kerry Holland maybe ran out of options.
Yeah, really good directness there from Kerry Holland, and she is known for, you know, grabbing the ball and running and taking it to the West Ham defence. I think, you know, West Ham do have to be a little bit smarter. I mean, they allowed her to make up quite a lot of ground there. They need to engage earlier.
Capox, Bergstrom with the cross, and again it's deflected behind off Bellamu. West Ham are absorbing plenty of pressure here. Kerry Holland will head across once again. West Ham have conceded the most set-piece goals in the Women's Super League so far this season, 11. And Liverpool are creating plenty of opportunities like this here so far. Holland again looking for Fisk. Good leap from Hansen. And then Zellum. And the head tennis continues until Siren volleys the ball away. Shimazu. And pinged high into the area, but it was just behind Bergstrom, who was still forward. Capox with the back header, but now Asai will try and bring it clear. Oh, great pace from her. Ueki ahead of her, but Asai may look to go alone, and it's a fine save by Jennifer Falk. Vivian Asai almost coming up with one of the goals of the season there.
All the way from the halfway line, she picks up that ball, she's driving past players, it's the pace that she has, and she's shrugging off Liverpool players. But that's such a great save from Falk there, managing to get down to, you know, low on her left-hand side, and the pace of that ball and just sort of tip it past the post. But, you know, we've seen Vivian Asai do this hundreds of times before, where she's driven, she's done those solo efforts that she's very well known for. So, unfortunate in this respect, but you can see where her intentions are for this game.
Zellum will deliver this corner kick. High towards the far post. Cleared as far as Bellamu and Clark. Here is Shimazu. Olsen. Sai closing her down. Martinez almost won it back, and Liverpool at times have just played themselves into difficult areas defensively. They've absorbed plenty of pressure, West Ham, but They could be 2 or 3 goals up themselves here.
Yeah, I think they'll be super disappointed. They've had some really clear-cut chances, and you know what they want to do is put this game as early to bed as possible, because you know the longer the game goes on, the more likelihood there is to for Liverpool to ramp things up. And you know what they want to do is create some distance between themselves and the bottom of the table. But we are seeing that directness from West Ham, which I absolutely love. And then Asai then just looking up, seeing Martinez. There's also a symbiosis that these players have up top, and they know exactly where each other's going to be.
And they're all experienced international players. Here is Martinez. To look for Ueki, but it was cut out by Clark. Bernabei, Holland, Fisk. We'll go back to Jennifer Falk, beaten by the early own goal, but a fine save there to deny Vivian Asay. Holland riding that challenge from Siren. Asai as well is also coming back a good deal down the West Ham left-hand side to offer some protection to Bellamou. McLean. Nagano. McLean can hit this, but it was always rising.
Unfortunate there for McLean. I can see what she was trying to do. She'd found herself in quite a significant amount of space there. The West Ham defence had kind of dropped off quite a bit there, but she kind of she took that on the turn. She looked up, she saw an opportunity, and unfortunately just got too much of her boot underneath that ball and floated over. But the chances are there, and West Ham are creating those gaps.
Simic will take the goal kick. Ueki. Again, she does well to hold it up and bring others into the game. Bellamou. Asai. Martinez down the centre. Bernabei is also there. Now Bellamou in behind Shimazu. The cross is dangerous, and Bernabei had to deal with it.
Really, really good play there from West Ham. Again, that floated ball over, and it needed more bodies in the box. I don't think the West Ham strikers were really up to speed with what was happening there. But great play again from Asai. Seeing that foresight and getting that ball in. But again, unfortunate there's not enough West Ham bodies going forwards on that one.
Katie Zellum will take the corner kick here. Very deep again, too deep this time. Holland will have time to clear.
That's a couple of corners now from Katie Zellum that haven't quite reached their intended targets, and it's a bit of a wasted opportunity, I think, for West Ham in that respect. I mean, the first corner that we saw a few minutes ago, hitting the edge of the box, and the Liverpool defence were there, kind of covering that chance. But again, over-hitting it, you want to be getting that in the middle area, and making sure that the defence and also the goalkeeper are put under pressure. But it is one of those things. Maybe third time's a charm for Katie Zellum.
Well, only Leicester have scored fewer goals than West Ham so far, but they've looked dangerous here on so many occasions during this first half. And you just get the feeling they need to build on this lead. Bellamou looking for Sai. Martinez. She's done well to keep that ball alive. No real support though in the centre, and in the end the ball has gone behind and a corner kick's being given. Shakira Martinez with 10 goals in all competitions so far, tangling with Jenna Clark there. Emily Heaslip awarding the corner, and Vivian Asai will take it. Zellum just pulling out to the edge of the area. Falk coming through the crowd to punch away, and then blazed high and wide by Tenebe.
Really, really unfortunate there, but credit to Falk there for finding our way through that sea of bodies and just about getting a fist to punch that out. But again, not able to clear it too much, and again sort of into an area of danger. And you know, you see what West Ham is trying to do there, trying to get that strike off early doors and maybe get it through a sea of bodies. But it's yeah, a difficult one. But well done to Falk. I'll always give goalkeepers a shout out.
Well, both teams, as we saw, 2 efforts on target each so far. Saw the West Ham goal, or the own goal, to give them the lead, and then that brilliant save from Falk to keep out Asai. Siren, the player who is penalised there for the challenge on Holland. Kerry Holland will take the free kick. The final 10 minutes of the first half. It's a good header away by Hansen. Shimazu. Fisk guiding it towards goal, but the free kick's being given. Liverpool supporters here, I'm sure, arrived expecting a victory and survival here today, but they will still have some work to do, potentially. Leicester, following their loss, are 8 points behind them. Leicester have 3 games to play, Liverpool have 2. West Ham, at the moment, with this lead, are only a point behind Liverpool. Clark. Bernabé. It will be a Liverpool throw. Well, we've seen a season of gradual improvement, Gareth Taylor. This would be a bump in the road here today. Clark. Bernabé. Holland. Clark. Nagano. Now Holland onto that left foot. She drags it wide.
That's great build-up play there from Liverpool. You know, quite content to pass it along the midfield and try and get those balls through the middle, and then trying to find the space out onto that left or the right-hand side. And when Kerry Holland gets that ball, she's always going to look up. She's always going to see how much space she's into to try and get the shot away. And West Ham, another warning sign for them, because Liverpool are starting to creep back into the game a little bit more now. And Holland is not a person that you want to give space to.
Do you think Rita Garino may regard this first half so far as a bit of a missed opportunity? They've got the lead, which is great, but they've not built on it.
Yeah, I think, like you said, they could be 3 goals up, 2 or 3 goals up by now to kind of give themselves a bit of daylight, especially as Liverpool are starting to creep back into the game. And it's hard to say at this early stage whether the missed opportunities are going to come back and bite them at the end. But I've been super impressed by West Ham. I mean, there's little more they could have done, I suppose, when the goalkeepers also pulled out the Liverpool goalkeepers pulled out some good saves too. But this is good defensively from them. They're very well set up by the odd lapse in concentration.
Also looking to close down Nystrom. Sai. Zellum. The move. Sai. Always looking to play on the turn. Fisk. McLean. Nagano. Wilson quickly challenged, and now West Ham could break. Tenabu. Ueki. Martinez. Sai, the only player inside the area. Martinez just delaying, and Bernabé, as a result, able to make the challenge, but Martinez strong enough to win it back, but given away to Holland.
We've seen that a couple of times now. I think Martinez has actually managed to whip in that ball, and credit to Liverpool defence for blocking that. But, you know, we only saw Asai in the box, and I think she was in this the sort of central position here, but no one else from West Ham is getting up into the same position as Asai and anticipating those balls coming in. So I think that's also a missed opportunity, and I'd like to see West Ham progressing more and getting more bodies in the box when those opportunities are coming in.
Clark going all the way back to Falk. These teams had a busy January in an attempt to move away from the foot of the table. Nagano, Shimazu. That's a good ball. Bergstrom. Closed down by Bellamou and brought clear by Cascarino. It's a goal kick in the end. We are in the final 5 minutes of the first half.
I think for West Ham, more importantly now, they're going to want to see out this first half and just make sure they're going into the changing room with that one goal lead still intact. And I think Rita will be saying some really positive things about the way in which they've set up, that, you know, the block chances that they've not managed to allow Liverpool to deliver in, and, you know, the opportunities that they've had up on the attacking field as well. I mean, you've had Asai's chance, was it not for the Falk save? And I think there's some really good positives to take away from this game, and I'd want to see more in the second half.
Holland closing down Tuba Hansen, and WSL Football have launched their brand new app offering fans of both the Barclays WSL and Barclays WSL 2 a front row seat. To download the app for free, fans can search WSL Football in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store. Denise O'Sullivan there among the Liverpool bench today. Certainly more depth in this Liverpool team and the Liverpool squad than there was at the start of the season.
Yeah, I think it's a credit to the team, really. There's a lot of good talent there, and I think depending on how the game goes, I can see Gareth Taylor potentially making some changes, but it's not a bad situation to be in when you can still bring on the likes of Denise O'Sullivan, you know, Leah Enderby. Yeah, it's a good squad. He is building something. I think it's just going to take a bit of time to really get everyone working on the same page.
Martinez in pursuit, but Fisk gets there first. West Ham may just have an eye on the clock here and thinking about getting to half-time a goal up. They may have defending as well. Bergstrom away from Bellamou. Closed down at the expense of another Liverpool corner hit. In general, West Ham have dealt with these well so far. Liverpool team, who were 3-0 up at half-time against Everton in their previous Women's Super League game, could be facing a half-time deficit here at home to West Ham. Holland high towards Fisk, who wins the header, and it's cleared off the line. Brilliant defending. And Cascarino keeps West Ham in front.
Absolutely brilliant defending there from West Ham, and you know, Ueki's trying to get up to it, she's not able to, and you've got Fisk there sort of getting that dipping header that just sort of goes above the keeper. She's not able to do it, and then Cascarino straight off the line, and you can see how much it means to the squad. They pat her on the back, and she looks very ecstatic about that one. But you know, there's no chance to rest.
Another corner kick. Holland again, and this time it's guided over the top. Nasirin was challenging there at the near post. Rita Garino bringing in Estelle Cascarino on loan from her former club. Liverpool unlucky there. That should have been a corner kick. Benabu. It's helped around the corner towards Ueki, and the free kick's been given. West Ham have played a very smart game so far, and it's Benabu who's got the problem. Just caught late as she tried to help that ball forward. The Algerian is back on her feet, and we're into a single added minute at the end of the first half here. Ueki, and back by Clark. Zellum. Martinez in field to Hansen. Hansen able to recover. Back to Semic, who's done well when she's been called upon so far. Martinez. That's a good ball. And Siren coming forward here. Martinez pulls away to the right. And now she can break into the area. A save! Oh, she was so close to a second.
Inches away there. It was such a good ball in from Martinez. Exactly the right trajectory, but Asai just a little bit too late to be able to get to it and put her head on the back. And I think, again, another missed opportunity for West Ham to put further daylight to go back into the change room. And you can see the frustration there from Rita Garrido. They've done so well, but...
Liverpool get us back underway, wearing all red, attacking the goal, away to our right. Hansen will get there before Bernabé. It will be a throw into West Ham. And Chloe Morgan. It was the first half, really, that West Ham didn't want to end because they were on top.
I think it'll be super disappointing for West Ham to kind of reflect back on this. You don't know how important those misses are going to be until the end of the game, but there were so many clear-cut opportunities, especially for Vivian Asai, and I know she looked very frustrated at some of those chances that she should have converted, and I think that could haunt her, but we'll see how she picks up in the second half. But West Ham started super strong, great attacking presence, but also keeping it super tight and locked in at the back as well. And I want to see more of that from West Ham when they've been so poor defensively over the season, to see such positivity and progress being made in this game.
Cascarino. Back to Asai. Two real legends of the French game there. Nystrom. Hansen. Ueki. It's Bernabé with a forceful challenge. McLean for Liverpool. Holland. Ueki almost wins it back, but out-muscled by Holland ultimately. Shimazu. Bergstrom. Now Shimazu again, and Bergstrom could be away from Benabu here. Into that near post! And it was Olsen arriving.
A missed opportunity there from Liverpool. I think another whipped-in ball in that area, and again, I feel like Olsen was just about to kind of get her head on that, and it just seconds too early possibly on that one.
Fisk. Bernabé. Now Holland. McLean coming short. Fisk again. Holland. Nystrom coming across, and Holland unable to keep it in play. We saw Kerry Holland score a brilliant goal in the Merseyside derby, but Liverpool have not really been able to create that sort of opportunity so far on the counter-attack.
Yeah, I think I've been super impressed by Kerry Holland. She's always looking to go direct. She's always looking to drive that ball forward. And this is a great opening chance from Liverpool, but Olsen just couldn't get her foot to it. Otherwise, that would have been converted into the back of the net. But it's a strong start from Liverpool. They've obviously got this 1-goal deficit and they need to get back. And yeah, so far most of the game's been played in West Ham's half, which is positive for them.
Tanabu, Zellum, Asai, Capox is caught by Zellum, but Liverpool have the ball. Emily Heaslip, the referee, has done her best to allow the game to flow so far. Shimazu. Bernabé. Now Clark. Bergstrom, but she's out by Cascarino. And then she concedes the free kick. Pulling back Nagano, and Liverpool have shown a bit more intent here at the start of the second half. Bergstrom, Holland, Bernabé. Spaniard again, going to take on Hansen, fired in and poured away by Semic. Nagano, Capox. Well, she managed to execute the turn, but not the finish.
This is strong from Liverpool. It kind of felt like a bit of a team effort with this one. There was multiple passes that took place. It was a super patient build-up, and I thought then she was just going to get that on the turn and just maybe bury it in the bottom corner. But unfortunately, she's just gone out. But good build-up play from Liverpool.
Another day, maybe in another season, Rita Guarino could have seen her team out of sight so far in the game. Vivian Asai with 4 opportunities in the first half, 2 of those on target. Shimazu. Asai looking to put the pressure on, then Falk. She was closed down by Ueki.
Taking slightly too long on that clearance there. Bit of a danger when you've got a player pressing you so quickly.
Rico Ueki is the sort of player who will never give anything up. Capox. Nicely done from her. And now Olsen. Holland waits in the centre. Good defended by Hansen. And the shot is deflected away. It was Bergstrom. And now Tanabu. That will be tidied up by Clark. The game continues to have a real ebb and flow here. Bernabé. Holland. Shimazu is in space to the right. And that's where Gareth Taylor was calling for the ball to go. Now Bergstrom, away from Bellamou. Olsen waits in the centre, but again, it's too deep, but it's recovered by Bernabé. Fisted away by Semic. Ueki. She's fouled by her fellow Asian Cup winner, Nagano, and it will be a free kick.
A couple of really decent chances there from Liverpool. They're definitely testing the West Ham back line, and you can see those balls being whipped in there, and Kerry Holland just unable to kind of get a foot into that to turn it away. But again, you've got the follow-up strike there, and great defending again from West Ham. It's been a good moment of pressure for Liverpool to put on West Ham.
Both teams now with 6 attempts on goal in the game. McLean. It's important for West Ham that they don't retreat. Try and hold on to this lead. Bernabeu away from Bellamou again. That's been the story for Liverpool so far. Often when they overcome one player, there's another West Ham player stepping in. It was Cascarino there. Olsen. Hansen just losing out. Holland able to step inside and she curls it, but it's too high.
Great tenacity there from Holland, putting the West Ham back line under pressure, managing to just about steal the ball away. And the first thing she does is look up and look towards goal, and just goes over the crossbar there, but not by much. And we've seen Kerry Holland have a couple of these attempts in the first half.
But Bernabeu wins the throw-in. There's no doubt that West Ham do have some high-quality players with some really good CVs in European football and beyond. But we see the number of teams this season have the talent, but often they've not been able to turn it into team performances.
Yeah, I think obviously it's been a bit of a difficult season for West Ham. They've struggled to find that consistency, and like Rita Bruno was saying, sometimes it's the international breaks that kind of break up that momentum and that flow. And I think sometimes there's a team frustration there when they're putting in these performances, they're getting goals, they're doing everything right, but it's just they're not able to.
There was Capox sliding in, but unable to divert that cross on target.
A couple of those near chances now for Liverpool, and Kerry Holland again being a massive part of the opportunity, and Capox just unable to get. She's sliding in there just inches between her and turning that into the back of the net, and it's another missed opportunity for Liverpool, which could come back and bite them.
Well, there have been a succession of crosses into that West Ham penalty area since half-time. Gareth Taylor yet to see his side come back into the match. Lundstrom will take the free kick here. Bellamou, Tenebu, Shimazu try and shepherd the ball out of play, but she's lost out before she's helped out by Bergstrom. Will be a throw-in for Liverpool. Gareth Taylor looking to win the FA Cup with his second club. Of course, lifted the trophy with Manchester City, but it would be maybe more of a surprise if he does it here in his first season, considering how it started. Shimazu losing out. Zellen. That's a good turn from her. Hansen. And Zellen again, helped on by Martinez. Cross deflected. McLean is able to clear with the help of Holland.
A little bit better from West Ham here, trying to get themselves back into the game. It's been about 9 or 10 minutes of Liverpool putting West Ham under quite a lot of pressure, creating those opportunities in the box, and West Ham has struggled to get a foothold, but this does feel like there's a bit of patience and a bit of confidence starting to creep back in.
Bellamou. She's the player who has stayed down, but she's also been penalised for the challenge on Bergstrom. Both players coming at that with some force.
A crunching tackle there. I think no one's done anything wrong. I think there's just a passion from both players to try and get the ball, and Bellamou's unfortunately come away the injured party in that one, but it felt quite equal to me, that one.
Bellamou back on her feet, one of a number of former Bayern Munich players in this West Ham team. She won the Frauen-Bundesliga 2 seasons ago. Those Hammers fans who have made the journey north today will be counting down the minutes. They've been ahead for a long time, but it's still a very tenuous lead.
That's the pressure sometimes when you go ahead so early, is that you've got to keep that lead, and unless you're putting the game to bed and converting those chances in the first half, you really put yourself under a lot of pressure for the entire game. And as the minutes start to creep in and you start to get towards about 10-20 minutes or so, and Liverpool are starting to ramp up the pressure, you can see it more and more. It does become a bit of an end-to-end game, which is where I anticipate that this match could go.
And WSL Football have launched their brand new app, offering fans of both the Barclays WSL and Barclays WSL 2 a front row seat. To download the app for free, fans can search WSL Football in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store. Free kick here for West Ham. Liverpool have won 4 and drawn 1 of their previous 5 home games against the Hammers. Bellamou. Sai. All the way through to Jennifer Falk. McLean. Holland. Here is Bernabé. Played, and the own goal from Cornelia Capox still dividing the two sides. Clark. Now Fisk.
See West Ham there just trying to sit off of Liverpool and just kind of give them the opportunity to pass across the back, but condensing that mid area so they can't really get through, and they're having to rely on the left or the right hand side. But I think for West Ham they're going to have to show a little bit more tenacity. There's only a 1-goal lead, and Liverpool have created some really good chances. It does feel like they're right to get themselves back in the game.
Holland, so much room to come inside. Cross is cleared by Nystrom. Sai. Bellamou. Tanabu will chase. Once she's got there before Clark, before she recovers. It's good defending from the Scot. Nagano losing out there. Robbed by Ueki. She now lets fly, but Fisk was in the way. McLean. Bernabé. Holland. Olsen waits in the centre. Appeals for handball against Nystrom, but nothing given by Emily Heaslip. Shimazu, Capox. It's infield from Bergstrom, but it is Martinez for West Ham. Hansen. West Ham finding it very difficult to create opportunities at the moment.
definitely a little bit more passive in this second half than they were in the first, and I can't help but think maybe there's a bit of tiredness starting to creep in, given the intensity that we saw from them in the first half, you know, tracking back and on the attacking side as well.
It's a warm day as well, Bergstrom. Holland. Bernabei, Holland, crossing opportunity here. High towards Bergstrom, and it's cleared off the line again. And it's Cascarino again.
She's absolutely prolific in those last-ditch headers off the line. She's been absolutely brilliant in knowing exactly where the ball is going to be. And I think, you know, Semic just about needed to get a hand to that, but I think she just about had it covered. But Cascarino providing that last-ditch defending is absolutely brilliant.
Aside. And back by Fisk. Holland. Here is Ueki. West Ham try and break, but it's cut out by Shimizu. McLean. Bergstrom. Ball in field, cut out by Cascarino, and she tells Tenabu where she wants it, and now she can bring it forward. Martinez. Back to Cascarino again, and back towards Martinez again, but Clark was there to snuff out the danger. Liverpool about to make a change. Anna Usendal will be coming on, the Norwegian international. She's played only a minute so far against Leicester in the win here. She will get considerably longer as Liverpool chase this game. Tenabu. Now Bellamu. It's in looking for Martinez, but gathered by Falk, and Liverpool will try and build here. Clark. Bergstrom. Fisk. Taking responsibility. Bernabei, Olsen. Good header away by Nystrom. Holland. Oh, clattering challenge. And a free kick here. It was Siren who caught her.
So much dominance from Liverpool, you know, keeping possession, trying to get that build-up play, you know, driving forwards, and you know, Kerry Holland's obviously been an integral part of that. And you can see the passion there. She wants to get that ball, she wants to, you know, get that equalizer as well. So it's a bit of a clashing one, but she's hard as nails. She's straight back up.
Well, Bergstrom coming off, and Usendal coming on. So will Liverpool adopt a change of shape here, maybe?
I think there's a bit of an injection, I think, that Gareth Taylor's trying to get into the game. They've got a bit of a foothold, possession is strong, they're starting to build out from the back, they're starting to break those lines between the West Ham. And I think it's a good move to make it at this point in the game. You've got almost 25 minutes left, and you know, Liverpool need to get that goal back.
Shimizu. Now Holland. It's high, and it was a West Ham head. Ueki on the end of that. It's a corner. Midpoint of the second half. West Ham really beginning to hold on here. I wonder if Rita Guarino will be looking towards her bench as well. this occasion. Now back to Holland. Fisk was rising, Ueki though with a good header away. Bernabé. Fisk. Shimazu. Now Nagano. Holland. It's only a throw-in.
There's a good determination from Liverpool at the moment. They're trying to make the most of these set pieces, but they're not being delivered in quite the right areas. And West Ham defensively is still super good with those defensive headers and getting those away. But Liverpool attack after attack, wave after wave, which is impressive to see.
Soriano Pubel will be coming on for Rico Ueki. She has worked so hard.
Every single game with Ueki, you know exactly what you're going to get. You're going to get a workhorse, you're going to get a playmaker, you're going to get someone who wants to, do the best for her team, and you can see how much it means to her to be going off at this point. But she is such a great asset to the team. She works so well with Asai and with Shakira Martinez, and yeah, it's an unusual one. I thought she's been playing really well this game, so I'm surprised to see her come off. But again, Pubel can offer something completely different. She's incredibly talented, incredibly passionate, so I'm looking forward to seeing what she can do with the 20 minutes left of the game.
Swiss international involved here. Nearly found Martinez, but it's tidied up by Fisk. Serena Pubel, only with a single goal so far in the League Cup. Liverpool with 10 attempts on goal now, but only 3 on target.
It definitely feels like they've had more opportunities. I think the opportunities that they have had should have been converted, and I think they will feel like those are missed opportunities. But we'll see how it pans out, because they keep driving down that left-hand side, and Carrie Holland is not giving up.
Bernabé, quick enough to keep the ball in play and win the corner off Hansen. Inside the final 20 minutes. West Ham's weakness at set pieces surface again here. They've also conceded the most second-half goals in the Women's Super League this season, but none so far here. Fisted away by Samick in a free kick as well. Usendal was looking to block her off. Yeah, nearly had her head taken off.
That was a lot of bravery there. You never want to be too close to a goalkeeper on a set piece, because you just know that Semic, and we've seen her do it a couple of times in this half. She's good at punching. That's her preferred choice sometimes for those winning balls. So yeah, it's I appreciate the bravery.
Jetta Olsen going off. Uriel Silak coming on, another Swiss international. Scored 2 in a victory against Turkey in the international break, and another January signing. Not quite been Olsen's day.
No, I feel like she's always been just a little bit too late to some of the chances that have come in, and she has been a really punchy part of Liverpool's attacking line, and it's I think she'll be frustrated with today not to have at least converted one of those chances and to be putting Liverpool in a slightly better position than they are now.
Rebel. Holland again. Now Fisk. Bernabé, so much for Liverpool, has come down that left-hand side, but that's a wayward ball. Quickly recovered. Silag will certainly give them pace up top now. Nagano. to Zellum. It's cut out by Silag. Yuzendal just unable to keep it in play.
Liverpool definitely dominating possession at the moment, and it feels like West Ham have dropped off slightly and trying to weather the repeated storms that Liverpool keep bringing. But I think it could be a long 20 or 15 minutes for West Ham if they adopt this approach rather than trying to win the ball back and build that play up upfield.
Liverpool heading towards a rare home defeat in the second half of the season. There's still time. Yuzendal hits this. And it wasn't too far wide.
That was a great effort from Yuzendal there, picking up the ball. She cut inside, which was absolutely brilliant. Completely wrong-footed the defender. You think she's going to strike, she kind of dummies and then tries to get that shot off. And I thought it was just about to creep into that left bottom corner, but it was about inches wide on that one. But another warning shot for West Ham. They're allowing Liverpool to creep into this game and try and get that equaliser back.
Well, a point would certainly be more used to Liverpool than West Ham. Win for West Ham and they'd be within a point of today's opponents. Manchester City, the last team to win here on the 12th of October. Was being held back by Yuzendal. It will be a free kick. In this recent upturn in Liverpool's form, Manchester United and Chelsea, the only teams to have beaten them, both away from home. West Ham can't quite seal safety here today, but it would take them a long way towards it. They would be 7 points clear of Leicester. And Leicester would need to show some form that we haven't seen so far this season.
Yeah, I think Leicester obviously, they're in a bad run of form for pretty much the entire season. They've struggled to get on the board, they've struggled to score goals, they've struggled defensively, and it's just not been the season they've wanted. And I think they're going to have to absolutely go to town on the last remaining fixtures to be in with a chance to be not playing for that relegation playoff. But it does look fairly certain at this stage in the season.
Well, at the moment, Leicester will be heading to one of the sides finishing third in Women's Super League 2, and that's still in the balance. Birmingham City are being beaten 3-0 at home by Ipswich today, which would go down as one of the shocks of the season. Well, with the side who were leading coming into today. And at the moment, Crystal Palace could be going level with them, as could Charlton, so it could be a three-team race on the final day of the season.
It's been the greatest part of the WSL too, to kind of watch these teams kind of, move up positions, go down positions. You're never quite sure who's going to be through and who's going to have to play in that playoff battle. And I think that's just a testament to the competitiveness of that league at the moment. And I would pitch any one of those third-place teams against the WSL team on the day, because that is all it takes. But when it does get to the back end of the season, sometimes it can be tough to keep that momentum and struggle for pressure.
There's an opportunity. Bernabé with the cross. Rebel. Try and bring it clear. Charlton play later on today. They play Southampton. They could go top of the table once again. They've got one more round of games to play. Bernabé. Holland. It's a dangerous cross, but safe hands from Semic, and as a former goalkeeper, you'll know that's exactly what your team wants to see from you.
Especially with 10 minutes left, I think you want that power and you want that presence in the box. And we've seen Semic do this a few times in the first and the second half, where she's not afraid to go through those bodies, to put her fist through the ball and try and clear it. And when you've got safe hands like that, you're catching it in those really whipped in direct crosses. Yeah, that's what you want from your keeper. You want that confidence. You want knowing that she's at the back.
Well, West Ham have barely crossed the halfway line at times in the second half, but Liverpool are yet to score. Mia Enderby and Denise O'Sullivan both coming on here. And Kerry Holland is the first player to be withdrawn. Vivian Asai is called over to have words with Rita Guarino, and Katie McLean is the other player to head off. Enderby with 6 goals so far this season. Denise O'Sullivan yet to score in the Women's Super League since moving from North Carolina Courage. Only 1 goal so far coming in the FA Cup. And Shakira Martinez also coming off for West Ham.
Those substitutions are definitely a big sign of intent from Gareth Taylor. He knows that he's got 10 minutes left to try and make an impact and to get back into the game, and making a substitute like Mia Enderby and Denise O'Sullivan, you know what you're going to get. You know that you've got players who will run and run and run and go forward. So yeah, I think that's the intention with these two.
Martinez has worked incredibly hard, and Leila Wanderler has come on to replace her. The Swiss international, 20 years of age, signed from Lyon. Given away by Enderby, straight to the side. First touch here for Wanderler. Guibal, Asai. Now Guibal, good ball to find her. Wanderler heading to the byline. Cross going straight behind.
Good passage of play there from West Ham. There was some good movement, players trying to press forward, ticky-tacky football, try to, get those quick passes and that quick movement to try and get upfield a little bit more, because, they have weathered a lot of storm from Liverpool in this second half. So, progressing the ball and just easing the pressure slightly would be a good thing for them to start doing a little bit more of.
Be a nervy time for West Ham as Kerry Holland makes her way towards the Liverpool bench. Bernabé. Silaga comes short and the ball goes long. Rebel, Siren, Wanderler, foul by Fisk, and a free kick here for West Ham as they look to try and see this game out.
I think that was a fair call from Emily Heaslip there. Wanderer's just about to pick up the ball on that turn, but you've got Fisk a bit heavy-handed that one on trying to prevent her driving forward.
Some very tired players out there now. Bernabé will take the throw-in. Silag. Liverpool could do with her further up the field. Siren, the Finn, makes the challenge and gets another free kick for West Ham, and Liverpool unable to build any attacking rhythm here at the moment.
A bit of frustration starting to creep in from the Liverpool players.
Bellemu. Seen by Clark. O'Sullivan. Run by Puibel. Eastrom. Wanderler. To use her pace, but she runs into Fisk. She has been used as a fullback previously, or a wing-back, but further forward here.
Talents are wasted a little bit when she's back in the defensive lineup. You can see what she can do. You know, she is a player who drives. She's quite happy to be, you know, quite creative. She will turn, she'll go forward. She's got that pace on her as well, which makes her super impactful. So it's good to see her creeping up the field a little bit more. She's already been a little bit more punchy for West Ham in the second half.
West Ham have led this game now for nearly 80 minutes. Two goal line clearances from Cascarino have been key, keeping them ahead. Silla with a good challenge. Robbing Nystrom. Sullivan losing out, but it's quickly won back. Yuzendal. Shimazu, it's a good cross, but again, Liverpool unable to really attack it, but here is Bernabeu. O'Sullivan. Bellemu will watch that behind.
You can really tell what Liverpool are going to be working on in training for this upcoming week. I mean, we've seen countless crosses, countless whipped-in balls, and Liverpool players just a couple of steps just behind, not being able to convert those chances. And another great whipped-in ball there, but no one's getting the end of it.
Chris Pike. Conversation there with Rita Guarino. It's West Ham. Retreat now, looking to hold on. Capbox picks her way through the area. Nystrom though with the challenge. Zelen. They've still got a side. She was pulled down by Yuzendal. That's clever play from a side.
The game management is absolutely spot on. You can see Asai there trying to draw the foul, trying to break up the play, and she's done that super well. She knows that she's got to run down the clock. You've got 3 or 4 minutes left. I'm not sure there'll be too much additional stoppage time, so not long for West Ham to sort of try and see this game out.
No, I don't think the medical teams have been on at all in the second half. Side. Puibel. Siren. Bellemu. Straight to Shimazu. Now Capbox. Yuzendal. And he's Silag in the centre at the moment. Yuzendal just overrunning it. Good defending from Bellemu.
She's been outstanding, Bellemu. She's been absolutely incredible in trying to block those opportunities coming in for Liverpool. And you know, she has been a real stalwart. She's been there doing the absolute most in terms of her work rate. So yeah, really brilliant from her.
This is the only goal for Lidia Capbox. She may be trying to get out of the way, but header from Shakira Martinez fighting its way through. O'Sullivan, Yuzendal. Strong play from Clark. It's a throw-in for Liverpool in the 89th minute. O'Sullivan. Well, it's Bellamou to clear. Anywhere will do for West Ham now. Bernabé. Enderby. Again, it's another overhit cross.
I think that's been the disappointing thing about Liverpool, is that sometimes you've got these great whipped-in balls, super pinpoint accuracy, but no one on the end of them, and sometimes the crosses have just been a little bit too deep or not really with any intent. So it has been a disappointing half for Liverpool in that respect. But West Ham, I think, need to do a little bit better when they get the ball, trying to keep the ball and drive it further up the field, because every time they're pumping it away, it's coming straight back again. It's causing them a little bit more pressure than they need to at the moment.
Well, we saw Estelle Cascarino there. Her goal line clearances really set up this win potentially for West Ham as much as the own goal from Capox. Asai offside.
Yeah, Cascarino, you've got to give her credit. I mean, 2 goal line clearances from her have definitely made the difference in this game. And I think she could be super proud of that. I think it would obviously be a completely different game had that been the case. So yeah, she's right place, right time for her.
This really an echo of Liverpool in the first half of the season. Plenty of possession, but very few goals. Silak. Still time though. Into added time. 4 added minutes. Aside. Challenge from Usendal. That's again canny play from Asai, just to keep Liverpool where West Ham want them.
It's great game management for her. It just shows the maturity and game experience that she has. You know, she is taking the ball forward. She's trying to win those, those free kicks or those headers or those crosses, and that's what she can bring and deliver. She's not just great for the whole 90 minutes, bar the missed opportunities, but she knows how to hang on to it.
It's the free kick there, but it's only a throw-in for West Ham. They may look to go short and just try and keep it by the corner flag for as long as possible here.
I think we definitely see them trying to run down the clock. Just 3 minutes left, and I'm not entirely sure how we've got to 4 minutes of extra time. Like you said, there's not been too much drama where the refs had to stop the game.
Sai. Here is Silak. Bellamou, and she was pulled back by Silak, and it's a free kick again for West Ham, and they've spent the entirety of added time so far inside the Liverpool half.
More frustration there from Silak. We have seen a couple of silly errors that are just going to run down the clock, and Liverpool need these minutes to try and take the game and try and get that equaliser, but these kind of delays are not going to help things. It's yeah, a bit disappointing from her.
Sai. It's a Liverpool throw-in now. Well, 2 of the 4 added minutes have already been eaten up. Silak. Eastrom. He's happy to find touch again. Clark. Zellum. Now Capox. At the moment, she is the match winner for West Ham, the Liverpool midfielder. Bernabé. In towards O'Sullivan. And Puibel conceding the corner.
Scary times to be conceding a corner at this point in the game.
Corner number 10 for Liverpool. West Ham have conceded the most set-piece goals in the Women's Super League this season. And we'll see what Cornelia Capox can deliver here. bounces forward. Cat box low into the near post, and it was Jennifer Falk who was trying to win it back.
I always rate that energy from a goalkeeper going up in the last dying minutes of the game, and you know, she did almost get a touch on it, so you know, credit to her.
Did you ever do that?
Oh God, no, I didn't have the bravery for that.
It's a long way back if you lose the ball.
And it's that as well. I don't want to get those extra steps in.
West Ham seconds away from a crucial victory. There is another West Ham player down here. As you can hear, the home crowd not happy. Dahl was the Liverpool player involved. Freebell, the player who went down.
Yeah, maybe she's landed a little bit awkwardly in that, but I didn't see too much in that. I think it was just you know, both players going up for the ball and not quite landed the way that I expected.
May give Liverpool a few more seconds here. Disappointing day for Gareth Taylor. And Grace Fisk looks to be heading to defeat against her former club. The left ankle, which is the issue for Freebell. The own goal looks to be the only goal. Liverpool have the throw-in, but I would imagine 20 seconds or so, if that left. They have to get the ball forward. Fisk with the delivery. It's flicked on. Nystrom clears, and that's it. A significant victory for West Ham United.